So this is coming from Reuters. SK Hynix joins $1 trillion club after Samsung Micron on AI chip boom. So SK Hynix is now worth over $1 trillion. Because in the modern world, if you're not worth over $1 trillion, then are you even really a technology company at this point in time? I am very concerned about this basically with these valuations, where so much of the valuations in the technology space right now are all focused around AI, and the AI bubble is going to pop big time, right? As I've said in many, many videos, this whole AI bubble just doesn't make any sense, right? From actual use cases of the technology to the architectures for basically how AI systems are being designed, to simple valuations. Again, the idea that OpenAI and Anthropic are worth $1 trillion apiece, and SpaceX is going to be worth $2 trillion because everybody in the future is going to use XAI's Grok, even if nobody actually wants to use it now. So one of the big problems that we have is, right, this AI boom, there is so much trickle down money running into other sectors in the technology world, and that is basically propping them up. One of my other big concerns with this whole AI disaster too is all of the money is getting focused on artificial intelligence, right? When you hear about investment right now, it is all being focused on artificial intelligence. A tremendous amount of money is being focused on artificial intelligence. But the issue that we run into is that means all the money is going to AI and other technology. I'm not even talking about houses and medicine and food. Fuck them. Fuck the pillars of a civilization. We don't need that. The world is built on bits and bytes, don't you know? But even the technology sector, right? Investment isn't going into other fields within technology that might give us outsized returns in the future. You look at this with the folks that are producing memory, SK Hynix, Samsung, Micron, those types of companies, right? They're focused more and more on HBM, high bandwidth memory, because that is the kind of memory that AI needs in order to, do whatever it is that AI is actually doing. But think about that, right? In order for them to shift production to HBM, they're literally shifting production away from other memory. So we've seen this with Raspberry Pi. I don't know if I've done a video on this, but it's very curious. The Raspberry Pi Foundation has talked about the Raspberry Pi 6. So the current Raspberry Pi is Raspberry Pi 5, but the Raspberry Pi 6 that they want to manufacture and be able to sell within the next year or so, that is probably going to be getting pushed back, I do believe, to at least 2028, 2029, literally simply based off of RAM, right? Based off of memory. Since all the manufacturing is going to high bandwidth memory for AI, companies like Raspberry Pi can't get their hands on the memory that they need. Now think about that. Again, for IoT projects, for a lot of other things, Raspberry Pis can be very, very useful. So an 18-year-old who might have gotten their hands on a Raspberry Pi 6, realized how powerful it was for the price or whatever else, and might have created the next amazing technology company. Well, they're not going to be able to get their hands on the Raspberry Pi 6 because it's simply not going to be available for the next few years at least. And this is one of many issues with this whole AI disaster, where I think it's going to be pretty bad. Right? If we take a look at this, again, this is just they're making it to the $1 trillion club. But the thing I want you to understand is how fast their valuation has risen, right? So KRW, so I guess this is the Korean money. So I don't know, it's gobbledygook to me, it's squiggles to me. But look at this, look at these squiggles, 2025, so January 3rd, 2025, it was 181,900 squiggles, right? And look at it, it's just gone up and up and up. So in the past 5 years, it's up 1,600%, right? We talk about hockey sticks. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about hockey sticks in the technology world. And if we take this on the year mark, again, I mean, you look basically, not even a year ago, right? It's like 204, right? So, I mean, you look at like August. So 10 months ago, it was at like 258,000 of these things. So it's gone up by almost 10x, literally in 10 months. This isn't the growth story of a company that's been steadily moving along. This isn't the growth story of basically normal, sensical type business. This is a meteoric rise story. The other thing to be concerned about this too is nothing. To be clear, nothing against SK Hynix. I have no bad words to say about SK Hynix. But here's the important thing to think about with this. We are not seeing this massive gain in valuation because SK Hynix fundamentally came out with a new technology, right? We talk about things like crystalline storage. To be clear, we've been talking about crystalline storage since the 1980s, so stop bringing it up. Anyways, right, there's this idea with crystalline storage. Apparently, they made a working prototype of it 25 years ago. And the idea, like when you look at Star Trek, when you look at Stargate 1 or whatever else, and they would have these cylinders, like these glass cylinders, right? There's this idea, and it's true, I mean, it works, that these glass cylinders can store petabytes of information basically permanently, right? Like it's actually in the crystalline structure, right? There's this interesting process of how it's done. Anyways, basically you can write data to one of these like cylinders and just put it in a garage for 500 years. Like literally, you could have these cylinders. You could put these cylinders into some kind of storage. 1,000 years from now, somebody could come grab one of those cylinders if they had a device, pop it in, and be able to read the data. Literally, there is no bit rot. There's no, like with magnetic discs, there's bit rot with CDs. They actually like literally biodegrade after a certain point in time. Anyways, right? So that's a particular technology, right? Here's the important thing to understand with SK Hynix and Micron and Samsung going up so tremendously. They did not debut that technology, prove they can manufacture it at scale, and get buy-in from the world to purchase their particular product that nobody else has been able to sell up until this point in time. No, they've gone up by 10x. They've gone up by 1,000% simply because the AI sector is just buying up everything that they can get their hands on. And that's one of the big concerns with it. We talk about this with valuation. Why is something worth what it is? This is one of my big concerns with these valuations. We are not seeing fundamental improvements. We are not seeing from these valuations how these companies have fundamentally reinforced the foundations of our civilizations and societies. What we're simply seeing is basically like with the housing market, right? I talk about this moving to Asheville. You moved to Asheville like 10 years ago, the house was $100,000. You buy the exact same house now, it's $800,000. Literally the exact same house. Like the HVAC system is 10 years older. The roof is 10 years older. The plumbing is 10 years older. And yet the price has gone up, 8x or whatever else. It is basically just because the value has gone up without there actually being produced any additional use for that particular product. And so the concern here with these valuations going up, this is what happens when everything goes boom, right? So we talk about this with the IPO with SpaceX, right? So SpaceX is trying to IPO at $2 trillion, right? They're trying to steal from our grandparents, right? Elon Musk is so impressed with himself, he doesn't give a damn how many grandmas and grandpas starve when SpaceX buries into the ground, right? Because basically, not only is it going to be a $2 trillion valuation, or $1.72 trillion valuation for the IPO, but they're trying to fast track into the index funds, basically to force everybody who has a 401k, everybody that has an IRA, everybody that simply tracks the index funds to buy into their garbage. And so that's going to be a real issue, right? But one of the things that gets left out is it's not just the disaster of the SpaceX. But if SpaceX implodes and OpenAI implodes and Anthropic implodes and Micron implodes, and SK Hynix implodes, and Samsung implodes, And then the line of all these companies imploding, right? What happens when the value of a company goes from, $100 a share to, let's say, $1,000 a share? What happens when it goes back down to not just $100 a share, but let's say down to $50 a share? And this is just, okay, this is what I hate this time period in the tech sector. SK Hynix topped $1 trillion market value for the first time on Wednesday, joining its memory chip rivals Samsung Electronics and Micron Technology in reaching the milestone on an AI-driven rally. All of this is about the AI fraud. Shares of SK Hynix closed the session up 9.3% after rising as much as 14.9% during the session to take the South Korean chipmaker's market value to a record of $1.12 trillion and propel the country's benchmark index to a record high. Domestic rival Samsung surpassed $1 trillion in market value for the first time on May 6th, while US-listed Micron did so on Tuesday. Memory chip prices doubled in the first quarter alone from the previous period and are forecast to increase by up to 63% in the current quarter due to AI data center demand that has constrained supplies for smartphones, laptops, and automobiles and help top memory chip makers report record profits. So think about this, right? Already memory chips have doubled. Same old crappy ass memory chips, that were already being produced. The price for them has doubled because of demand and is going to be going up by an additional 63%. And so the values of all of these companies are just hockey sticking, going through the roof, which also means when inertia turns against them, they're going to bury themselves in the ground because fundamentally what has changed. This is not an iPhone moment, right? When we all went to iPhones, that kind of smartphone was never going to go away. So even if Apple plateaued or whatever, they were still doing pretty decently. With all of this is that these AI companies are buying basically as much of this hardware as they can get their hands on. And as soon as that stops, as soon as that shifts, I think it's going to get really, really ugly really, really quickly. So what do you think about this? What do you think about SK Hynix hitting $1 trillion valuation? Along with Samsung, along with Micron, along with all these other $1 trillion companies. I mean, come on now. I mean, if you're not worth $1 trillion, are you even a tech company anymore? What do you think about these asinine valuations? Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes and you want them on Spotify or you want them on Apple Podcasts, there's a link in the doobly-doo. Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.